Don't forget to check out my Patreon where we have exclusive content for groups such as Twice, 17, Red Velvet, Blackpink, NCT, Super M, Shiny, Ateez, Stray Kids, and so much more, along with K-dramas, concerts, and other variety shows.
Hey guys, Angie here. Today we have Ateez's The World album. I feel like I feel like there's a weird title. I don't think it's The World Episode 1. I'm looking forward to this because Gorilla is a masterpiece. Gorilla is one of the best title tracks I've ever heard. Like, I loved it so much. And it seems like a lot of people hype it up. Like, a lot of people also love it. So that's great. I'm excited. Also, this is a thick album. Love that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs. Perfect. Looking forward to it. Not much to say really, because I've listened to Gorilla a few times, and usually it's only been a day. Usually, by the time I get to the album reaction for albums, I've only heard the song once or twice, because usually the reason is like I'm working or I don't know, like I usually just haven't had time to listen to it again. But I've listened to Gorilla purposely a few times already, and it gets better with each listen in my opinion. But yeah, we have Propaganda, the intro, so let's hop into the video. Okay. It's a weird shape, so apologies. Oh. There's just... This reminds me of... Dun, 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 dun. Panic at the Disco? Never mind. Not anymore, but it did. Emptiness. Selfishness. Lies. Oh. Oh! Reminds me of Gorilla. Okay. I mean, intros to me, they're just intros. Like, I never add them to the playlist. Oh, yes, song with his mint hair. He looks so pretty. He looks like a little puppy. It looks like Yoonho and Jungkook are like... What's with all the sectors? Like, we have Sector 17. We have Sector 1. District 9. Oh, we're doing great things in this album already. I hope Oyoung gets lines. Yes, baby. Is Mingi not harmonizing with him right now? Or like sing with him too? Oh, was that Sungwa then? Is Sungwa doing the parts that I thought were like... There was someone else like with Jungho. Like someone else was also, you know, saying those words. Was it Sungwa? It's hard to tell whose voices are who because of the alteration. Like, it was hard to tell who was singing the chorus in Gorilla. This is my favorite part. Ooh, who's doing the oohs? Wanna know what's going on? Like, who's doing the let's go? Isn't that Mingi? It could be Songhwa. Sungwa is capable of it. I feel like that was Mingi. Ooh, I like that. I can see this being the first song in the concert because I ran on the door. Do the second one. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. I'm wondering, was this all accurate? I just want to know who's doing the parts with Jungho in the chorus. Cyberpunk. Ugh, this song's so pretty. I mean, I already knew, like, to kind of expect this sound, so. Is that how you spell number? Cause it looks like number. Is it a homophone? Or whatever that is. Okay. I don't hate it. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, I definitely don't hate it. Y'all hear Sungwa's voice at the end of that? Woo! Okay. Sungwa swayed me. I was like, eh, but they didn't do it too aggressively like the cyberpunk sounds, so I'm okay with it. But that ending. Also, Sungwa looks really freaking pretty, cause like they usually put a lot of eye makeup on him, so like having him with less eye makeup, God, he's so pretty. Oh, the way he goes, oh, no. I can't do it, but like that also kind of reminds me a bit of like Brendan Urie and stuff. So we need more of that in K-pop. Ooh, ooh, that's something I don't hear often in a K-pop song, but like it's very common in like Panic at the Disco and things like that. Like to do more like low things with your voice like that. That's so cool. Ooh, making me like this song, man. I was scared, but oh! I'm gonna cry. And then Jungho doing his high voice. I need Yesung to do it, and then I'm dead. Huh? Ooh, different type of flow for him. I want the frozen lies so bad. Ooh, Jungho. I need Yesung to do that line. I need it so bad. Oh my god, I really want Yesung to do it. But god, someone doing it. I like doing it too though. Though it does not sound like You Know to me. Like, I don't think I've ever heard him sing like this, so I'm like, is that even him? But again, it's a very new sound. Oh, we're getting a Monster X alligator back and forth? Oh, that was cool. Oh, why didn't Yesung get this part? Is this song then? I guess it's song. He sounded different there. I really am not an expert on their voices besides Hongjoong, Mingi, Ooyoung, Sun, and Jungho. And even then, I guess I mix up Mingi and Sungho sometimes. Ooh, who was singing with him there? Was it Ooyoung or Sun? I grew to love that song. That song was an active listening grower. Like, you're like, okay, 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 and then it just gets better each time. What the fuck is Yesung singing then? If this is... So did Yesung get no lines? Cause that's like the only part... Okay, he got this part, I guess. I was about to say, did Yesung get like no lines then? So that wasn't even... What's the difference? Oh, so yeah, this is both Yes... Not... Where did Yesung sing then? Then where's Yesung's parts? It's not even his part, so where's his part? Where does Yesung sing then? Because if that's... Does he get any part? Does he get none? Someone tell me, because if he had literally no lines in the song, I'm not gonna... It's gonna downgrade the song for me, because I really, like... You can't tell me he has no lines. Like, now I need to... Now I need to really... know, because... This is very different. Okay, so now I'm confused. Okay, I do not trust that other account then, because this is completely different. I mean, I try to not think of the... People don't like the Zadie account, so I try not to. But now I trust that account more, because that makes more sense. But now I have all these songs in here are from this account, so now should I go to Zadie? Is Zadie more... Is Zadie more... I feel like I trust them more, not gonna lie. So... Whatever, we're just gonna... This is such a cute picture of him. We're going with them because that other one felt weird. I don't even know how you know it's him because it sounds like no one. I think the one thing is there's so much auto-tune on this album though. I think that's the one thing. But I think it's the theme of the album, so I'm kind of just like going with it. Also, I feel like they rely heavily on Jungho doing high notes. I want them to do something more with his voice, because I feel like his voice does the same thing every song. Like, all he does is just sing in such a high, like, register all the time. I'm like, can we do more creative things with his voice? Like, we heard so much of different styles of Seonghwa throughout this whole album, and I feel like Jungho, since Kingdom and even before that, like, they kind of just make him do the same thing. Ooh, this is Seonghwa's album, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, like, I feel like Jungho is a shouty singer. Not a bad thing. I think it's a style choice, but it does kind of get redundant. Like, I feel like we get it. you can sing. It's like that meme of like, we can all sing, and like, you know, that joke. It kind of like, I'm not against Jungho doing it. I'm just saying, like, I kind of want more from him. So far on this album, that's his thing, and I'm like, okay, can we do more? Yeah, like, everyone's being really creative this album. Hongjoong's got some new flows. Someone's doing a lot with his voice. And it's not like I don't like his voice in this album. He's doing great. Okay. I don't like this part that much, which is sad because it's Seonghwa's part. But it's fine. I like this part. Yeah, power. Make it rain. San and Uyoung doing this is cool. Because often Jungho is the chorus, but like often Jungho's the chorus fully. So to have Sun and Uyoung kind of get those parts, as their voices are different, so it changes it up. I do wish this was more of a simplistic song, like just a little more, like just a notch down, because I really like the chorus with Uyoung and Sun. But the sound of the songs overlaying its switch up. Ooh. Do you hear the background? Ooh, notes in the back, I hear ya. Yeah, I love that part so much. Wow, these are anthems. That was great. Yeah, finally, like, they're utilizing Yoonho's voice more. I felt like for a long time Ateez wasn't taking advantage of their different voices. It felt like rap line plus Jungho a lot. And, I got a lot of hate for saying that. But the only time they add in, like, a new voice is Sun. And I know, like, Uyoung, Seonghwa, and Yesung technically, like, don't always... But, like, that's the thing. I feel like Seonghwa suits the sound. I feel like they just didn't know what to do with his voice sometimes. But, like, I know, like, Uyoung and Yesung aren't the best singers. Like, I guess. Like, that's the only reason I can think of why they don't get lines. But I feel like they don't utilize their voices much, and Mist is like one of my favorite songs because of Uyung. So having him not get many lines always bothered me. And then Yesung has such an interesting voice. And honestly, they're doing the same thing here where they just make his voice the deep voice, which is annoying because we have Mingi and Sunghwa for that. And Yesung does have a deep voice, but it's so different from theirs. I wish they can do more with him because he's actually a good singer. I know he's a little, or was a little insecure about his voice, but I feel like he's gotten so confident recently. I feel like they should give him more than just the guy who talks like this in songs when he doesn't actually talk like that in song. Like, he doesn't talk like that. That's not his voice. It's very much giving the Felix complex where it's like, just make him lower his voice and be the deep voice. But we don't need that. We have Mingi and Sunghwa. Like, make him do something different. At least they're doing something different with Sunghwa. Like, that's nice. But now Yesung's kind of getting the parts I feel like Sunghwa would have gotten. But it's something. I'll accept it. I like that song. I think I like Cyberpunk in Sector 1 more. Just because I feel like the ring... I liked so many parts of it, but I do wish they, like, stripped back the song a little bit. I know they want that creative sound, but just a little bit, because I felt like it took away from how good everyone was singing. Like, I feel like Ateez don't get talked about vocally unless it's Jungho, when everyone's really good at singing, but they just don't show it much besides on B-sides, and recently the B-sides I feel like don't always show how good they are. So I don't know. I just felt like I want them to be known for how great they are. But also they're kind of like, fuck the system here, so good for them. Okay. Soulmates together. Mingi looks so good in that picture, my god. So far, a lot of these songs I'm starting and I'm like, and then they get good, so. Okay. Okay. We're gonna okay. I don't know right now. I know, but I'm trying to hear everything. Oh, so cute. I like his sweet voice here. Well, that just bothers me. It's a long song. Okay, thank God. Okay, I do not like that song. I'm so sorry. Like, there was nothing redeeming to me. I was like, oh, that one song part was good, but then it quickly went away, so I was like, okay. This sounds like an NCT song I don't like, and I'm not here for it. Like, this is like Kitchen Beat. This is like Sticker, but like almost worse than the Sticker, because Sticker has some empty parts at least. It was a mess to me. I'm not here for it. It's that one AT song I don't like that I forget the name of because it's blacklisted from my playlist. Like, I have every like I meant Ateez. I have every AT song in my playlist except that one song that I don't remember the name of. I forgot the name of it. I didn't like it. I'm very disappointed that I didn't like it because every song's been good. Even The Ring, like, I liked The Ring a lot. Please make up for it. I felt that song was a sin to me. Because it wasn't even, like, none of the singing made up for it because it was very repetitive. And it was just, once again, Jungho kind of, like, shouting vocals, which is great. I worry for Jungho's voice because they do too much with him. I'm like, please don't ruin this man's vocal cords. I'm scared. I thought he had blue hair, but I think they're blonde and the light just makes it blue. Because I know Hongjoong doesn't have blue hair. Okay, we're stripped back a bit so I can hear their voices nice. For Victory. Cute. Lots of sung-out choruses. I feel like a lot of the lyrics are also the same. I like this album a lot, but it is repetitive. But I'm going with it being the whole concept of the album is that, so that makes sense. That was nice. Ooh. Ooh, there's like this haunting deep voice for a second. Ooh, I like Miggy getting 2 parts. He's been getting like a lot. I'm trying to remember, I think he usually does anyways, but ooh! Was that Jungkook the whole time? Because I don't think I've heard him. Maybe I have. Maybe I just thought it was Son or someone before. Yeah, it was probably him. Wow, that was a great closer. That made up for that made up for the other song. Ooyoung and Mingi on this song, man. Someone has gotten a lot for this album, and I'm happy for him. This was a great album. I don't know what they did with Where Do I Go, but that was pitiful. I'm just kidding. It wasn't a bad song. It just really brought the album down for me. I will say my favorite song is Gorilla still. Gorilla just was revolutionary. I would say Gorilla, Sector 1, New World, Cyberpunk, and The Ring. Where Do I Go doesn't even... What's the song I don't like? I think it was To The Beat, but I don't think it is, because that's the song where, like, it has the little ASMR part. So now I'm blanking, but I can't... It's hard, because I want to go on my... Oh, wait, Spotify's right here. My god. It's right here. But, yeah, every Ateez song I love. Like, they don't have any misses for me personally. I forgot my new computer can have this on it, so nope, I like all those songs. I feel like it was during Fever era though, but I don't know why I feel like it was before that. All About You. No, it's not that album. I feel like the recent albums were good. Is it The Leaders? I don't think so. Oh, they tell me how many plays it has. Was it Good Little Boy? I don't know what song it was. I guess it maybe was To The Beat. I don't listen to the beat. But I guess that like the fact that I can't find the one song I don't like is funny. Is it? Maybe it's not Rocky. I like Rocky. Interesting. But regardless, there was one song, but I guess I like it. I guess that doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, not much to say. That's how I feel. Let me know what your favorite song is. Mine's Gorilla. Mine's actually Gorilla, which is crazy. But that is it for this video. I'm looking forward to any comeback content, like variety stuff, because I've been missing Ateez. I want to do more Ateez on Patreon. They have a lot of shows on Universe and stuff that I haven't reacted to yet. So, and they get blocked on YouTube. So if you want more Ateez content, I have more on there. I have Treasure Film and stuff like that. And the most recent thing we've done is Salary Lupin or whatever. That was great, especially the last episode. Loved it. My boy Yesung. Love that. Snake vibes. Such a snake. I loved it. But yeah, let me know your favorites in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Baby, I'm ready for you. 山河你已经